In Africa, we are seeing the first sign of tension between Barack Obama and African leaders. Today, Obama stepped up his criticism of government corruption in Kenya. CBS 2 political editor Mike Flannery reports from Africa on how the government is firing back.
A surprise raid that seized and burned copies of Kenya's oldest newspaper, The Standard, still prompts journalists there to call last March 2nd the darkest day in the more than 100 years the paper's been published.
For us as an institution, I think it was the lowest point in the history of this newspaper.
It was because of that raid that Senator Barack Obama went to the offices of The Standard. He declared that democracy can't work without freedom of the press and freedom of information.
It is not just a loss for The Standard. It's a loss for the people of Kenya. And so my hope is that this was one episode that won't be repeated.
At the University of Nairobi, 2 hours later, the senator offered more pointed criticism, something he's done almost every day since arriving in Kenya last week. The government of President M.Y. Kibaki has remained largely silent until now, suggesting today that Obama may have fallen under the spell of opposition leader Raila Odinga. A potential presidential candidate himself, Odinga's been at Obama's elbow here fairly often and is a member of the Obama family's Luo tribe.
Senator Obama has to look at critically where he is receiving his advice from. Just because somebody somewhere wants to run for president and is using Senator Obama as his stooge, as his puppet, to be able to get to where he wants to get to.
Stung by Obama's continuing criticism of corruption in Kenya, government spokesman Alfred Mutua placed an ad in several Monday morning newspapers. He reasserted that no bribe money was extorted from CBS 2 News during a customs dispute at the Nairobi airport that has now been widely publicized in this country, calling it instead a case of miscommunication. The $840 was returned to us after Obama complained. Mutua said it was legitimate customs duties, but he could not explain why we were charged double the maximum amount allowed under Kenyan law. In Nairobi, Mike Flannery, CBS 2 News.
The next stop on Obama's African journey is a wildlife safari at the Masai Mara Game Reserve.